Hello friends, in this video I will show you, walk you through and break down the exact process that we use to transform our clients' life coaching businesses. So we take our clients usually from not existing business at all. So some clients that we work with are completely new. They don't have an offer, they don't have an online presence, they don't have any clients yet. Some of them are already more seasoned. They have an existing client base, they have a little bit of an online presence, but they want to scale predictably. And we take our clients regardless of where they are in their journey and really transform their business into a fully scalable, predictably scalable business. And all of that happens authentically, without losing their spirit, without losing their passion, without losing themselves. How do we do this? We do it with cognitive marketing or purpose marketing. We are the first ones and very unique in the market that we have a tailored strategy, a tailored business and marketing strategy specifically for life coaches, where we combine psychology and marketing to really authentically connect life coaches with their dream customers. Meaning that we highlight the uniqueness of you as a life coach. We determine exactly who you want to work with, and then we use psychological principles as well as marketing strategies to find those people out in the market, to attract them to your business, to your offering, and then connect you in a way that there is a foundation of trust, there's a foundation of familiarity, and a foundation of positivity by the time you work together. Why is that important? Because maybe you have heard a saying of, you don't buy a coaching program, you buy the coach. And this is exactly what we highlight with our strategy, because at the end of the day, it's about transformation. We want to help you transform as many lives as you can and therefore create a positive ripple effect in the world. My name is Christian Lindenthaler, or Chris Lindenthaler. I'm in the marketing era or in marketing industry for over 10 years already. And after 10 years of corporate marketing, enterprise marketing, as well as small business marketing strategies, I left the corporate world to pursue my own passion, my own purpose, to use my marketing skills to help the people and the businesses that I deem valuable. In my personal opinion, life coaches serve a very, very important and crucial role in society. And in my personal opinion, there is not enough social recognition, and the general social awareness for life coaches is not where it should be. We made already very great progress in the last 5 years, except for 5-10 years, in recognizing normal therapists for trauma therapy, etc. My purpose with 3C strategy is to achieve the same trajectory for life coaching businesses and generate an awareness of the need of their skills in society. So I just wanted to quickly preface that before we dive into the exact process that we use for our clients, where we use psychology and marketing to really highlight the uniqueness of the coach and use proven, battle-tested marketing and cognitive marketing strategies to attract the right people and to scale your business predictably, but even more importantly, authentically, without losing who you are. So let's dive in. When we onboard a client, we usually start with the mindset. Why is that? Obviously, and luckily, when we work with life coaches, they are more aware than other people, business owners, I would say, that I have been working with in the last decade. So when it comes to life coaches and we onboard new life coaches and we start working with them together, we usually talk about the mindset. And there are a few things that need to be addressed in order to make everything else work. If the mindset is wrong, nothing of this will work. If, for example, the business owner, the life coach business owner, has limiting beliefs about themselves, they are not fully convinced how and that they can help people and that they can change people's lives. They don't know their responsibility on how to use their skill set to impact other and improve other people's lives, then everything else will not work. It's as simple as that. And that's why we do have a few modules in the beginning that talk about really the mindset aspect of things. It's the calling, the responsibility, the desired reality, really understanding how we can get from point A to point B, what that means, what the steps are, not in the sense of what we need to do, but also mentally. what we need to do mentally to prepare ourselves for success. A lot of self-correction, optimization, and to some extent the mindset is something that is coming back again and again in this entire framework, because obviously the business owner is always attached, is always involved, is always in charge of making decisions, the wrong decisions or the right decisions. And with our framework, we don't only prepare the business owner to making the right decisions, we also run the business owner through the exact process to make them aware of what the right decisions are, what decisions we need to make. But as I said, it all starts with the mindset, and that's why we start our coaching program, our collaboration, also with a few things about the mindset. Once that out of the way, we start with understand. So as you can see, there are a few different pillars here. It's in total more or less 4 categories. The first one is understand. There are a few things from a business perspective, and more so from a successful business perspective. From a business perspective that leads to success, there are a few things that we need to understand. This is the first pillar. The second pillar is deliver and attract. If the understand pillar is the more strategic pillar, then deliver and attract is really the implementation. This is where it gets practical. This is where we set up campaigns. This is where we set up lead generation strategies, etc., etc. So this is where we really start to put things to the market, and obviously with that we receive whatever we set as goals. Most of the cases, obviously, it's leads, and then we turn those leads into happy clients where we over deliver, so we transform their lives. And there are on purpose arrows that indicate that this is an ongoing cycle, because this is where we optimize things, but more on that a little bit later. And then we have the underlying pillar that underlines everything, which is the cognitive consumer connection. That's really the pillar, the foundation that our business is built on, and that is really where we apply tactics, strategies, and framework that differentiate normal marketing from successful cognitive marketing. We're gonna talk about that later, but we're gonna start with the understand pillar. There are 4 sub-pillars in this first category of understand. It's the target audience, the business setup, the brand, and the offer. And we said before that this is really the business strategy. This is the strategic level where we just need to make sure that a few key pointers are set up in the right way. And this is an issue or something that is coming up again and again, where clients come to us and they say, I don't need help with that. I already know that. I just want to have fully booked calendars with sales calls. I just want to generate leads. This is really key things that we need to talk about before we can talk about lead generation. Because if those pillars are not set up correctly, lead generation is going to be very difficult, very expensive. The lead quality is going to be very low, and sales calls are going to be very frustrating. So this is really this is really the strategy, the overarching strategy, where the lead generation processes and the lead generation strategies are really building up on. So if we talk about understand, then as I said, we have the target audience, business setup, brand, and offer. Those are things that we define in the beginning, and yes, we do refine them, but generally less often compared to, for example, the campaigns, the strategies, the lead generation frameworks, and obviously also the sales processes and sales approaches is something that we optimize regularly. Coming back to the understand pillar, within the program, within the collaboration, we're going to start with the VIP business setup. The VIP stands for value, impact, and people. This is the business setup that really focuses on the people. And this is why we start with that, because everything is centered around the customer. It's a customer first approach. It's an approach where we provide value to exactly the people that we want to work with. So that includes the market and business positioning. That includes the brand hero, how we want to be perceived by the people that we want to work with. The DMMT statement is a vision and mission statement to make sure that we as a business know exactly where we want to go, how we're going to get there, and when we're going to get there. It all starts with a roadmap. So we define the UVP, the unique value proposition. We talk about the total dream customer awareness, and obviously we're going to create an irresistible offer, a value-driven offer. There are different names that we can give it, but in the end, it is an offer that maximizes client happiness, client commitment, client satisfaction, and at the same time, it maximizes profitability. There is a lot of things that we can do to set up our business in a win-win situation. So the client wins because the client achieves better results, the client is happier, the client is more satisfied, and we increase our profitability. There is a few things that we can do there, but this is really what it starts with. So as I said, there are a few worksheets, there are a few strategy sessions that we are holding in the beginning together to really make sure that those things are set up specifically for your business in the right way. So you know exactly who you are from a business positioning standpoint, where you are positioned, who you are as a brand, who your target audience is. And I'm not talking about a generic target persona. I'm talking more about their subconscious mind. I'm talking about their emotions, their feelings, what they think, who they are, obviously, where they spend their time on, but really a holistic, a total dream customer awareness. And obviously also the offer kind of complements this strategic part that we start with. Moving on, once we understand how our business is set up, once we understand who we are talking to, once we understand how we're going to transform their lives, this is then really where we get into the implementation. This is where we learn a lot about cognitive marketing, how we communicate correctly, how we communicate in a way that not only our dream customers find us attractive, but also the algorithm finds us attractive. This is where we talk a lot about how to actually get leads in, how to actually turn our Instagram page, our Instagram content, our website, our funnel, our VSL, whatever we have or whatever we decide to create for your specific situation, how we turn that into a lead generation machine. We have a couple of different tested and validated strategies. Not every strategy works for everyone. It does depend on the situation, but those are all strategies that work and have been tested and validated that they work for life coaches. So we're gonna go through those. So you're gonna be learning about those within the collaboration, and then we choose together which one is the best one to focus on to start with. We're gonna start with one, and then we're gonna add more and more as we scale. A lot of people, or maybe not a lot of life coaches, but some clients do say, oh, I want to do all of them. Because then I get more leads. Yes and no, because we want to first be good in one, and then we're going to become good in the next one and in the next one, and so on and so forth. There are a few things that obviously if it would be easy, everyone would be doing it, everyone would be rocking it. There is quite a lot of knowledge that we are learning. I'm quickly going through a list. So we have the GC content strategy. That's more about how we post organic content. The organic growth strategy. This is how we use our organic content strategy to grow our online presence. We have a paid growth strategy, follower strategy, outreach strategy, webinar strategy, community strategy, VSL and LPS strategy. So those are different strategies. They can be combined, they can be used separately, they can be used all together. But also, for example, a client only used the follower strategy and reached, I think it was 16K per month in 3 months. So everything really depends on obviously the implementation, and that's why we start with the understand part, because that helps us very profoundly on how we set up those strategies for success. Again, everything builds on the strategic part that we talk about first. When we talk about receive, this is where we then really attract the people that we want to work with. This is where we turn strangers not only into prospects, we turn them into prospects with the strategies that we talked about, but furthermore, we then turn them into happy clients. We usually have discovery calls, strategy calls, onboarding calls, however we want to call them, and this is an ongoing process. There is no sales master that fell from the sky, but on the other hand also there's no one that cannot learn sales. And this is why I say it's a process, because We call it optimization to mastery. We review sales calls, we give scripts, templates, we set everything up in the right way that sales calls don't feel like sales calls. They feel like consultation calls. They feel like calls where you can find out if you can help a person or not. There is a lot that goes into this sales module, but the goal obviously is to master sales calls so we have a higher close rate, meaning we can onboard more clients, we can help more clients, we can transform and improve more clients' lives while maximizing the happiness of existing clients and give them also a way, this is part of the offer, we can give them a way that they remain clients after the program ends that we gonna work through with them. So as you can see here, or it's hopefully now a bit clearer, is that we've started with the business strategy where we define audience, setup, brand, and offer in a way that it aligns with your values, it aligns with your personality, it feels authentic, and it feels good and right. Then we set up, we implement lead generation strategies that are also aligned with your target audience, with your business setup, and then we turn the leads into happy clients in an authentic way with purpose marketing, with cognitive marketing, and with the cognitive consumer connection. This CCC, this 3C strategy, the cognitive consumer connection, really underlays everything. As I mentioned in the beginning, it is really the underlying factor that we bring into everything and every aspect that we do. For example, when we talk about the target audience, we take into account the psychology, the subconscious, the emotions of our target audience, so we can talk to them authentically. We know exactly who they are. When we talk about the lead generation strategies, when we talk about posting, creating content, by knowing and understanding how the subconscious mind of our target audience works, we have a better understanding how we communicate, how we set up our content, how we communicate our content. We can increase the perceived value because we know exactly how our target audience ticks in a way that they are not even aware of. That also then translates into subconscious sales, subconscious relationship building. So this is really where we take psychological frameworks and strategies and combine them with proven marketing strategies. Some people are skeptical and they say, oh, this sounds like this is manipulation and this is tricks, but it's actually exactly the opposite, because the cognitive consumer connection frameworks and those tools, those help us to filter out people that are not interested in our services, that helps us to define who exactly benefits from our services and how we can really connect with them in an authentic way. Because think about it, as a business owner, do you want to work with clients that are mediocre happy, that don't show really commitment, that they want to change, that are complaining all the time, that want their money back? Or do you want to help with clients that you actually enjoy spending time with? Do you want to work with clients that are like-minded people, that share the same values, that are in some way similar to you? I guess the latter, right? And this is exactly where those tools are going to be coming in handy, because with the knowledge and the implementation, the strategy around cognitive consumer connection and cognitive marketing, we can optimize our entire business setup, lead generation, and sales processes in a way that it aligns with our vision, with our values, and with our business setup. This entire process or program takes between 4 and 16 weeks, depending on how much time and effort people put in there. Obviously, when it comes to sales or also lead generation strategies, it's an ongoing optimization. We had clients that went through everything in 3 weeks, saw first results after 3 to 5 weeks. Other clients take a little bit longer. Their first results come in around the 6, 7, 8 weeks mark. It really depends on the individual person and how much effort everyone is putting in there. One other very crucial thing to mention is that the entire program, the collaboration, is set up in a way that we give you the tools. So we work on things together, but you have to do the work. Nothing is coming by miracle to you. We give you the tools, we hold you by your hand, We explain everything, we check everything with you together, we talk through things in a call that by the end of the call you feel good and confident and comfortable implementing the respective things. But you have to do the work. This is stuff that we can't do for you. Only you know your brand, only you know your target audience. We can help you making yourself aware of it, but you have to do the work. So this is a high overview of how we structure our collaboration. This is the exact formulas, the exact strategies, the frameworks, and the implementations that we use to grow our clients' businesses, our clients' life coaching businesses from 0 or from 1-2K per month to predictably doing multiple 5 figures per month. So I know we went through a lot in this video. I hope it gives you a better indication of how we use the different elements of marketing, of psychology, of mindset to really optimize your business in the best possible way, so we can bring out your strength, your authenticity, and attract the right people to your business so you can scale your business profitably, predictably, authentically, while at the same time maximize the transformation that you achieve with your clients. I will leave a link below this video for you to book a call in case you want to hop on a call directly, discuss some questions, if you want to see how this framework can benefit you, and I'll see you on the other side.